Look at that flower, once so vivid, so full of life. Now its petals hang limp, its colours fade. No matter how radiant it once was, it couldn't escape time, just like me. I used to be a beautiful young woman, the kind people turn to look at. But now I'm just an overweight middle-aged woman, my body weighed down by rolls of fat I can't hide. Every time I scroll through social media and see all those slim, glowing girls, jealousy creeps in. If only I could have my old body back. I had tried everything, fasting, diet pills, juice cleanses, but nothing ever seemed to work. Still, I refused to give up. Somewhere deep inside, I held on to the hope that there had to be a solution out there for someone like me. That night, I desperately searched online for weight loss products. By chance, I came across a video titled Joy's Weight Loss Secrets. She was a beauty influencer who had recently risen to fame.
Have you heard of the miracle drug OZEMPIC? No dieting, no workouts. Just a few injections and you'll lose weight even in your sleep.
My heart leapt with excitement. If a beauty influencer with millions of views like Joy was praising this product so confidently, then it had to be real. This was exactly what I'd been waiting for. I ordered the drug immediately through her link. The OZEMPIC showed up the next day. I didn't even hesitate. I injected it into my arm with trembling hope. Hope flooded my chest. This had to be the miracle I'd been waiting for. Soon all this stubborn fat would be gone, and I'd finally have the body I used to dream about. Lately, my body has been going through some noticeable changes. I stepped onto the scale, heart pounding, watching the number drop day by day. Ever since I started using OZEMPIC, I haven't felt hungry at all. My body feels lighter. The dull pain I feel every night is uncomfortable, but it's fine. It's just my body detoxing, like Joy mentioned in her video. I finally worked up the courage to try on my favorite old dress, and to my delight, it fit perfectly. I kept using OZEMPIC. Each injection hurt so much, but I endured it. I was terrified that if I stopped, everything would fall apart. No matter what, I had to maintain this slim figure. Suddenly, a sharp pain shot through my stomach. Like someone had twisted my insides, I collapsed onto the cold floor, my whole body trembling uncontrollably. My face began to itch, my skin swollen and blistered like it was reacting to something. When I touched it, the burning sensation made me wince. The mirror across the room reflected a stranger. My body was gaunt, my eyes sunken deep into their sockets. I looked like a walking skeleton. Before I could make sense of what was happening, my vision started to blur. I woke up in the hospital, tubes in my arms, wires on my chest. The doctor told me I'd gone into shock. The OZEMPIC I'd used was fake, laced with toxins.
You're lucky you came in when you did. Otherwise, you might not have made it.
I was stunned, unable to believe what I'd just heard. The drug I'd been using was fake.
You're retaining fluid. Your body's reacting. There's a chance you'll gain back all the weight and possibly more.
I looked down at my bloated, misshapen body, my skin stretched tight like it no longer belonged to me. It felt like a cruel joke. Everything I'd worked for, everything I'd trusted, all of it was Joy's lie. She had to pay for her lies. I returned to her page, flooding it with dozens of comments, warning others. But there was no apology, no response from Joy. She blocked me, erased my comments, and shamelessly went back to posting ads for OZEMPIC with the same old lie. I was filled with rage and despair. But I didn't know how to reach her. Then one day I saw a post. Joy was going to do an outdoor photo shoot and fan meet. I couldn't remember how I'd gotten ready. All I knew was that I'd brought the vial of OZEMPIC.
It was a perfect shoot. I posed, smiled, spoke to a few fans while security lingered nearby. Then a woman approached me, her eyes tired and her smile uncertain.
I'm a big fan of yours.
I smiled back out of habit. But before I could process anything more, a sharp sting pierced my arm. I looked down. A needle. She'd injected me with something, then pulled away just as fast. I tried to call out, but my voice caught in my throat. Then came the pain. It started with a twitch in my arm, then a violent jerk. The tremor spread to my shoulder, my chest. I couldn't catch my breath. My limbs spasmed out of control. I stumbled, and the world spun. My skin felt tight, like it was shrinking, peeling back. I looked at my hands. Veins bulged like spiderwebs under glass. My skin dulled to a greyish hue, sagging and melting, as if I were collapsing from the inside out. In the blur of pain and horror, I remembered sitting in front of my ring light, streaming to thousands, maybe millions, holding that damn vial of OZEMPIC, saying all the things I was paid to say. I knew it was counterfeit. I read the reports. I saw the messages from people saying it made them sick. But the money was good. The followers kept climbing. As long as I looked good, I thought I could get away with anything.
This is the price of your lies.
Now my body was paying the price. It couldn't end like this. This had to be a nightmare. I had to wake up. I had to escape. You think you can mess with me that easily? Keep dreaming.
I am Clara, as you may know, and currently I work as a TikTok streamer. I started gaining fame on social media platforms thanks to my cosplay videos wearing furry costumes, also known as fursuits. It may seem a bit strange, but the characters I cosplay have a surprisingly loyal and steady fan base. Thanks to the donations they send me during my live streams, I'm able to maintain a pretty comfortable and stable life. However, to be honest, I don't really enjoy this job that much. The simple reason is that I'm actually allergic to these furry materials. But once the camera is on, I transform into a genuine persona, the idol of the furry-loving community. After an exhausting live stream, I quickly took off my fursuit and rushed into the bathroom. In the mirror, my body was covered in red rashes, a common reaction to my allergy. I scrubbed my skin vigorously to make sure there weren't any stray hairs stuck on me. After an hour of washing up, I finally felt clean, relaxing on my bed. I started reviewing the donations I'd received. Looking at the top fan list, I was surprised to see one account had donated up to 1,800 coins. Curious, I clicked on the profile and saw that it was a new account that only followed me. While I was still processing this, the account sent me a message. I opened it, trying to appear friendly in my response. We chatted for a bit. Then the account sent me a photo that left me horrified. I could clearly see my home address on a package in the photo. How could he know where I live? I was about to ask when he transferred me an additional $1,000. He said he wanted me to accept this special gift as a simple way to show his admiration for me. I convinced myself to believe his explanation and quickly ended the conversation. The next morning, I found the package sitting outside my front door. I cautiously looked around, but there was no one suspicious in sight. I hurriedly brought the package inside. As soon as I opened the box, a sharp smell of leather hit my nose. Inside was an animal costume made from real Arctic fox fur. A chilling feeling washed over me, making me feel nauseous. I wanted to throw this thing out of my house immediately. Right at that moment, my phone rang. It was that strange account again. I had only just brought the package inside for less than 5 minutes. How could he possibly know? I was sure I was being watched. He sent another message, demanding that I wear the fur suit and go lives that very night. The casual tone of his command made me feel even more uneasy, until I could figure out the identity of the mysterious account owner. I was forced to follow every command he gave, watching each velvety hair move gently in unison, a few strands shedding and drifting in the air. I felt like those hairs would somehow find their way into my lungs and suffocate me. Or perhaps they would pierce my skin through the pores. Horrifying images flashed through my mind, but I clenched my teeth and forced myself to put on the costume. The live stream began, and that demonic account appeared first, as if it had been waiting for me for a long time. The overwhelming smell of leather inside the suit made me feel like I was going to pass out. When the live stream ended, I quickly took off the suit to check my body, but the sight before me filled me with horror. The protective layer I wore underneath seemed corroded, torn, with patches of skin exposed and covered in red rashes. I was certain there was something wrong with this fursuit, or maybe it was infested with some bizarre insect like lice. Panicked, I rushed into the bathroom, desperately trying to scrub every last bit of fur off my body. That night, I couldn't get a wink of sleep, feeling an unbearable itch crawling all over me. The next morning, the red rashes on my skin hadn't subsided. Instead, they had worsened, turning into frightening blisters. I quickly looked for my allergy medicine, only to realize I had already used it all up last night. And then came that damn Love Clara account again. He asked if I had been itching all night. I was sure he knew about my allergy to fur. I was furious and desperate to uncover his identity. Just then, he sent me a video clip, a part of my past I wanted to bury forever. The clip that went viral in the furry community was, in fact, the very same one filmed and uploaded by the bullies from my high school days as a twisted trophy. They mocked my chubby figure and large chest, thrilled to capture my allergic reaction to fur on camera. They took my suffering as their entertainment. It's ironic, but those very clips made me famous. I dropped out trying to escape that school and started streaming to make a living. Now those bullies have come back, trying to ruin my life all over again. The bully demanded that I wear the fox suit and go outside. Fearing he might publicly expose something even more humiliating, I reluctantly obeyed. I walked, keeping an eye on my surroundings, trying to rush to the pharmacy as quickly as possible. After finally buying allergy medication, all I wanted was to get home, wash up, and get rid of the itching all over my body. But just then, a crowd surrounded me. Cameras pointed at me from all directions, scaring me as people's faces lit up with excitement, each one shouting my name, claiming to be a fan, asking me to perform for them. I wanted to run, but I knew this had to be part of the bully's plan, and he was probably hiding somewhere within the crowd. So, I had no choice but to stay and start dancing as they requested. I could feel the blisters on my body bursting one by one. The itchiness faded, replaced by a burning, stinging pain. I stood there dancing endlessly like a soulless puppet, feeling no pain, no exhaustion, because in front of me were my genuine fans. Without their love, I had nothing left. I danced until my body could no longer stand, and the shadows closed in around me. When I regained consciousness, I found myself lying in a hospital bed. I tried to take off the fur suit, but I couldn't. The costume had fused with my raw, damaged skin. Each strand of fur seemed to be growing directly from my flesh. I had become a real furry.